Hey guys, day one is done of the Aquatics GB Championships. I am poolside with the one and only Dan Jervis, double Olympian, but this time he's been holding the microphone for his first commentary stint. Are you okay, Dan?
I'm tired, Betty, if I'm completely honest with you. It's been a very warm day, very warm first day, very busy first day, but I've loved it.
I've loved it too. It is so sweaty, by the way, everybody, poolside. It's very, very hot. Let's get into it then, because we have had some brilliant results. Should we start with the women's 200 metre free? Some massive moments, but Poppy Maskell in the mixed classification, it was thrilling.
So thrilling, yeah. She looked so strong in the race. Amazing back end of the race as well, and I'm so excited to see what she can do for the rest of the week and in future competitions. She can take so much joy from that race.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at it now.
This is the S14 classification, swimmers with an intellectual impairment. Quite often, this 200 is a very interesting one for the intellectually impaired swimmers, because sometimes the issues that the S14 swimmers have, pacing, is quite difficult for these swimmers with an intellectual impairment. So you might see some swimmers go out really, really fast, then pay for that pace in the later stages. What a record that Great Britain have got in this event. We saw the medalist, the gold medalist from the London Paralympic Games, Jessica Jane Applegate, on poolside earlier today, and she'll be watching this one with interest. Georgia Sheffield in lane number 4 and being headed at the moment by Louise Fiddis. If Louise Fiddis can get out very strongly here in the early stages, we may see her maybe try to get inside that qualification standard of 208.55. We haven't had any of the para swimmers inside that yet, so I hope that Louise Fiddis or any of the others can dip under that qualification standard of 208.55. It's been a very strong event, as I said, for swimmers from Great Britain. This women's S14 200 freestyle. Poppy Maskell, silver medalist in Paris last year. Louise Fiddis was a bronze medalist, and Olivia Newman-Baronius was 4th place in that Paris final. But it's all closing up now. Poppy Maskell going well, coming back into contention, just alongside Louise Fiddis and Newman-Baronius. 3 swimmers who were Paralympic Games finalists. 2 of them were medalists. Newman-Baronius looking very good here in lane number 3. Georgia Sheffield got a little bit of work to do. This looks like it's much faster than the heats that we saw earlier today. 3 swimmers can qualify for para finals in Singapore, and they're coming in absolutely together. And 208.06 for Poppy Maskell and 208.11, and those times are both inside the Singapore standard of 208.55. Poppy Maskell really pleased with that one. A nod of the head, and she would be delighted with that one. The triple Paralympic gold medalist from last year.
She won that by 0.05 seconds. It was so unbelievably close, but she was excellent, wasn't she?
She was excellent, yeah. As I said just now, she was so strong at the back end of the race, and in a 200, that's what you want.
I love it when you see an athlete finish and they clock their time, they know they've won, and they just go, oh yeah.
Yeah, I love a good end of race celebration. I used to do them
What
as well.
was yours?
They changed every year, but no, not like that. But I remember last year, I just remember looking at my family and just like screaming. I was just so happy.
Yeah.
So happy that the race had finished.
You could get out, get warm, get dry. So in the women's 200 metre free as well, Freya Colbert absolutely stormed to defend her British title. She is an unbelievable swimmer, isn't she?
Absolutely, and that record is hers. That record is hers for the taking, and she's going to be getting it very soon. She might probably get in the summer. Yeah,
well, she's got that World Championship spot as well. Let's see how she did it.
Wood in 6, Hope in 5, Colbert in 4, Little in 3. A final, the big final of the women's 200 metres freestyle here at the 2025 Aquatics GB Championships. In lane number 6, Abby Wood, as she did in the heats, got out quite quickly down this first 30 metres. Seems to work the first 30 and then maybe settle in. Love to watch her turns in lane number 6. Let's just keep a good eye on her turns because she's technically very good. Just go into the wall in lane 6 there.
That was a very good underwater swim, underwater bit there from Abby Wood. You know, she's coming out strong. She's going into this second turn now really strong. You know, 25 metres until that, and she's looking so strong. Now, we did overhear Freya earlier say that she is taking the chains off for this 200. Now, that is very exciting for us spectators because that means she is not holding back on the first 100.
Well, that's very interesting indeed because, well, that's the change come off 56.5. She looked pretty comfortable to me, I've got to say. And going with her is Abby Wood, so this is very interesting indeed. Their teammates first and second at the moment. No doubts about the leader, that is Freya Colbert. Lucy Hope will come back as well in the centre, but Freya Colbert in lane 4, Wood in 6, Schlosser in 7. And with all these 4 women very close indeed, there is a relay team here, the women's 4x200 metres freestyle relay to be selected for the World Championships. And I can tell you the qualification time there is 7:51, so they've got to average pretty much by 1:58 zeros, and if they can do that, then that relay will be selected.
That was an excellent turn from Freya then, great under the water, and you can just see her speeding up to this finish now.
So it's Colbert leading and leading comfortably. Coming back is Schlosser in 7, coming back at Wood in 6. Hope is also there, but this is all about Freya Colbert. Gone from the start, and this is a really impressive swim. Look at the time. 1:55.76. She's qualified for the individual 200 metres freestyle. That's an outstanding swim from Freya Colbert. Goodness me, though, underneath the relay time, she's done a lifetime best. She's qualified on the individual as well as the top 4 women qualified for that women's 4x2. So 2 qualifiers for the British team for the World Championships, the individual swim and the team. And that is wonderful news for Team GB.
Yeah, some brilliant racing there. She's so confident as well, isn't she, Freya? I feel like she can just get better and better as well. I look at her and I feel like you've got more in the tank.
Definitely. You know, Freya has got such a good career ahead of her, and she's already had a good one. She's already an Olympian, and she's young, and I'm so excited to see what she can do in the future. She's already world champion.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Let's talk about the women's 200 metre butterfly then, because Faye Rogers not only smashed her own record once, but she managed to do it twice today. Let's have a look at what she said afterwards.
I was aiming for that world record, like I knew it was doable, but I did not expect to be that quick. 2:18's really, like, that's huge for me. Yeah, I did not expect that at all, and I'm really excited for the rest of the week because there's definitely more to come as well. So, yeah.
World records tumbling there for Faye. She's in a world of her own, isn't she? And that was followed up by Kiana McGuinness, who was outstanding in the 200 metre butterfly.
Yeah, that's the perfect word for Kiana. She is an outstanding swimmer, and it was so exciting to watch her tonight. Honestly, being in the commentary box and being that close to someone that good and swim that well is special.
Also, shout out to her mum that gave her the medal, but also that is such a tight event, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, it is very much, it's nail-biting to the finish, you know, and as you just said, moments where, you know, her mum was giving her her medal, it's moments like that that you remember for the rest of your career. Like, I remember my dad gave me my medal last year, you know, and I'll hold that close all my life.
Yeah, because you didn't know he was going to do it, did you?
I had absolutely no idea. I got out of the pool and I was like, Dad, what are you doing here? And it was funny, when we got home, everyone was like, Dan, your dad was the star of the show. I was like, let's forget about my swim then.
What about me, guys? Yeah. What about me? The men's 100 metre breaststroke was breathtaking as well this evening on day 1. Greg Butler broke 60 seconds for the first time.
Yeah, I was so happy for him. Such a good swim, such a strong swim. And to have Adam Peaty feet away from him, honestly, like, it was so special.
I think that sort of adds more pressure. Let's watch how we did it.
Sitting beside me, the world record holder, Adam Peaty. Two next breaststrokes, the final of the 100 metres breaststroke at the British Championships here in 2025. It is a qualification for the World Championships, and that time, 59.65. It's faster than all of their lifetime bests. Adam, what have they got to do here if they're going to go 59.65?
I mean, Archie's swimming a really good race here. I think he's really done it well there. Great start. Greg's obviously started a little bit behind, but he is a back-ender. So yeah, I mean, it's very exciting for Archie if he can turn well here, control those first free strokes off that turn, and hopefully he's going to come back very well.
And 27.8, can he go 59.6 over 27.8?
Hopefully, we'll see. But I mean, Max is coming back strong now. Like I just said, Greg really building that momentum. Greg's got a very good heritage in that 200 metres. And I think this could be either going to Max or Greg at this point.
Well, it's very close indeed. And in lane number 6, Max Morgan charging back. Butler in 4, Goodburn in 5, Max Morgan in 6. Who's going to get the touch? It's going to be really close. Oh, my goodness me. Didn't quite spot the finish. Oh, no. Max Morgan had it. Just did an extra stroke at the end. And he's gone 60.10, Max Morgan, to come second. And 59.9, Greg Butler. Well, Adam Peter, you've got to be delighted that he's gone under 60 seconds. 59.93, the first time sub 60.
And finally, I know you really want to talk about this, but Jimmy Guy won the British title in the 400 metre free. Impressive. He went out like a rocket.
That's an understatement, yeah, definitely. I'm just glad that I wasn't in the race as well, because I wouldn't have liked to seen Jimmy absolute charge out, because I know I would have wanted to go with him and I would have suffered in the last half of that race. But it was so good to watch. You know, Jimmy is a very experienced 400 metre swimmer, but he hasn't done it for years, so he's kind of learning the event again. And what better way to learn it than to just see what you've got in the tank?
Do you think that this is an event that he can really excel in the future?
After what we saw tonight, I 100% think that.
Well, keep your eyes peeled for that. We are going to be back on day 2, so do not miss a thing. Thanks for joining us.